Okay, I know we're both standing, but let's come to our backs. I think it's a back kind of start out day. Oh, and once you've arrived there, maybe before closing down the eyes, just kind of look around for a little bit. Look around at the ceiling, at the walls. Become acclimated to the space that you're in. Where the body is in relation to the walls and the ceiling, the objects in the room. And then gradually, if it feels safe for you to close down the eyes, I'd invite you to do so. And let's come into a full body stretch, stretching from the tips of the toes to the tips of the fingers. Take a deep breath in. And with the exhale, draw the knees into chest. Give yourself a hug, hugging just around the knees. You may want to rock side to side. And then keeping the right leg, right knee pulled in toward chest, send the left leg out long. Holding here. Both feet are flexed. And with each exhale, maybe drawing the right knee in a little closer to the chest if that feels good. Take a deep breath in. And with the exhale, send the right leg out long. Draw the left knee into chest. Checking in with the feet, keeping them fully engaged. Breathing in, and with each exhale, checking in to see if maybe you want to take the left knee in a little deeper. Take a breath in. And with the exhale, send the left leg out long. Let's roll the ankles and the wrists around. It's like Rice Krispies in here. And drawing the knees back into chest. Start to rock the torso. Taking about 3 rocks. And coming up. Let's actually take ourselves back a little further. We're going to be coming onto the knees. And actually, all of this can be done seated also if that's more comfortable, but taking the glutes back toward the heels, sitting up on to our knees. Start to ground down, feeling the points of contact with the shins and the knees and the earth. Remembering that we are a part of the earth. The earth is a part of us. Coming into that grounded earth connection. And thinking of
the energy that runs around us is like an infinity symbol, crisscrossing at the heart space. The bottom part being that part that connects with the earth energy. And when we're fully grounded and rooted, it allows that energy to flow, so we're able to connect with the earth energy, as well as that upper, I like to call celestial energy, making a full current, unblocked. Let's go ahead, flip the palms face upward. We're gonna have the elbows kind of drawn in just a little bit, but with an inhale, we're gonna lift the hands up. You can have the eyes open or closed, lifting them as high or as low as you want, and then exhaling them and lowering them back down. If the eyes are open, find a point of focus to fix the gaze. Welcome to also have them closed, but wherever you are, maybe imagining the body's frequency raising as the arms raise up, connecting with that upper frequency. And with the exhales, imagining a connection with the earth energy. Remembering that both are a part of us. The next time the arms are up overhead, go ahead, cactus the arms. Let the heart space turn up. Gaze go slightly up. And then inhale, arms back up overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhales, arms come up. And with an exhale, take the knees wide, and we're going to come down into a child's pose. Connecting forehead to the earth. We're coming up on a new moon tomorrow. Yay! New moon in Capricorn. So this is a perfect time for intention setting. You can start that right now with this practice. And the full moon or new moon in Capricorn, it's a good time to look back at your relationship with kind of industry or work, effort, overexerting, putting forth lots of effort. Maybe you're a go-getter, maybe you're not, but looking at your relationship with effort. You spent some time here, go ahead and bring the chest up. We're going to start to come into tabletop, taking a few cat-cows here, dropping the navel down, and with the exhale, rounding at the spine. With the new moon, the shadow side of the moon is what is facing the earth. The dark side of the moon, literally. So when we're doing shapes like this, cat-cow is a great space to remember there is a front side of the heart that we open, and then there is also a back side of the heart. And cat, remembering to also open up that space. Let's come into a neutral spine. Take the knees back, maybe like a step. We're gonna shift the hips over toward the left, and then taking them down toward the heels, making full circles, coming all the way up. The shoulders are going to come just beyond the wrists, kind of in a cobra type shape, and then coming back around. Making this a nice, fluid, almost snake-like movement. Getting the hips time to acclimate. And then switch directions when you're ready. Let's take it all the way through. Lower the hips down. Take a breath in and then exhale. Allow the chest to come down. And inhale back into cobra. Flip the toes. Come into a down dog. Start to step the feet up about midway, allowing the hands to come back to meet them. And inhale, come into a half lift. Exhale, lowering it down. And then inhale, raise it all the way up. Nice and slow. Arms come up overhead, grabbing onto the left wrist and opening up the left side. Inhale, return it up to center. Exhale, switching out the wrists. Inhales to raise up. And exhale, swan diving it down. Come into our half lift, hands to shins. And exhale, plant the hands a little bit forward. Step both feet back, come into your plank. And lower it down to your cobra. And make our way to downward facing dog. Go ahead and inhale, the right leg's high. With the exhale, step right foot to right thumb, lower left knee down. Check in with your footing with all the placement here. So the right knee is going to be roughly over the right ankle, really grounding into the right heel. Top of the left foot, grounded into the earth. And once you've arrived here, inhale, start to raise it up, coming into our low lunge. And let's hang out here for a bit. Feel this out. You may want to back this out a little bit. Maybe you want to gradually take it a little bit deeper. The hands can be up, they can be on the right thigh, moving down to the sides with the fingers extended, wherever feels right for you. Breathing in and out through the nose. Noticing the fire rising from the ground, starting from the feet, moving up. With an inhale, keep the arms up overhead. And with an exhale, sink the left glute back in the direction of the left heel. And let's go ahead. See about lowering the right foot completely. So the toes come in contact. You may want to bring more of a bend to the right knee, but notice how that stretches out that front shin area. So easy to forget about that until we run. We get shin splints, then we remember it's there. Let's inhale. Go ahead and lift the toes back up off the earth. And with an exhale, torso lowers down, rounding at the spine slightly. With your next inhale, start to bring everything back forward, returning to your low lunge. Flip the left toes. You're going to raise the left knee. Step it up to meet the right foot. Exhaling, folding it down. Hang out in the fold for a little bit. You may want to bring the hands behind the ankles, or interlocking elbows, or just letting it all hang. Then inhale, let's start to slowly roll everything up. Coming into mountain pose. Allowing the hands to be at the side. Bringing awareness to the in and out motion of the breath. Begin to awaken the hands with an inhale. Arms come up overhead. Let the hands meet overhead this time as we exhale. Prayer hands it down. Come back into your half lift. And then with an exhale, plant the hands down, step the right foot back. Setting up on this side and lowering the right knee may feel different than the other side, so giving yourself time to check out any of those differences. So the left heel is rooted into the earth. The right foot, top of the foot pressed down. Then after you've arrived here, start to raise it up. Maybe you want to try something different with the hands this time. Engaging the glutes, providing support. See how guiding the navel in toward the spine can change the sensation, can alter the support. And notice any differences on this side. Does it seem tighter? Does it seem more flexible? Let's take a breath in. And with an exhale, start to float the right glute back toward the right heel. Keeping the left foot engaged. Let's use an exhale to fully lower the left foot down. Not overextending the left knee, but maybe bringing more of a bend to it when the toes are down. Let's go ahead and inhale. Raise the toes back up off the earth, and with the exhale, rounding at the spine and lowering things down just a little bit more. And with an inhale, I'm going to start to walk everything back up forward. Planting the hands, turning the right toes up. We're going to come into a lunge, planting the hands down, stepping left foot back. Coming into our plank. So with an inhale, shifting the weight slightly forward, and exhaling, lowering torso down, coming into our cobra, flipping the toes, and back and down dog. Let's walk our dog out here. Bending opposite knees. Then inhaling, left leg's high. We're gonna step the left foot to the left thumb, just to even things out a little bit because we did it on the other side. And then stepping right foot up next to the left. Let's place the left hand in front of the right foot. So we're going to be finding a generous bend in the right knee, extension in the left knee, and then opening up. Actually, that's the opposite way around. I have to go into it to feel it. So we're lengthening the right knee and bringing a bend to the left knee. And then we open up with an inhale, bring up the arm to the right. Let's take a breath in. And with the exhale, right hand comes in front of left foot. Inhale, opening up to the left. Generous bend in the right knee, length in the left. Let's take a breath in and bring it all the way back down. Let's plant the hands, step the feet back, and come into an egg pose. So dropping the knees together, we're going to bring the forehead to the earth. Tops of the arms are on the mat alongside the legs with the palms face up. And allow the shoulders to droop, everything to droop down. With each exhale, allowing the body to sink a little deeper to meld a little bit more into the mat. Whenever you're ready, leaving the arms where they are, with an inhale, start to raise the torso up. Nice and slow. Everything's still kind of melting down. Then allow the torso to fully come up, finding some length in the spine. Let's roll the shoulders around. Rolling them back. Let's inhale, both shoulders up toward the ears. And with an exhale, roll them back. Inhales up toward the ears. Exhales, rolling them back. Next exhale, let the shoulders come forward. Then allow that all to relax. Taking left ear on an inhale toward the left shoulder. Exhaling, chin down to chest. And then the right ear comes toward right shoulder. Exhaling, chin to chest. Next time the chin is to chest, go ahead and inhale it back up to neutral. Exhale the air out, and then with an inhale, we're gonna start to raise the torso, coming up on the knees, arms coming up overhead. Then really grounding into the right part of the body, so the right knee, top of the right foot. We're going to step the left foot up. Coming back into our low lunge. I said left foot, so let me switch that out. Let's inhale, find some length. And with an exhale, bring prayer hands in a twist over to the left. So the right bicep's gonna cross over the left thigh, left knee. Maybe the gaze follows over toward the left. Keeping the right arm where it is, we're going to start to extend the left arm behind. Then with an inhale, raise the torso, and the right arm comes in front. Inhale, left hand meets right. Let's bring it up. And exhale. Plant the hands. Left knee returns back to meet right. Sink the hips back toward the heels. Keeping the hands extended and the torso raised. So we're kind of pushing into the fingertips. And gripping the mat with the fingertips with an inhale, we're going to kind of like pull ourselves forward using the fingertips. Coming into a cow shape. Exhaling, rounding at the spine into cat, and at the same time, sinking the glutes back toward the heels. Finding a flow here. Next time the torso comes forward, let everything return back to neutral. Inhale, left arm comes out to the side. And with an exhale, thread the needle through, left arm comes under right. Begin to engage the right fingertips. With an inhale, you're going to come into a counter stretch, releasing the left arm up into the air. With an exhale, letting the hand return back down. Tending the fingers, let's walk the hands back. Coming up onto the glutes, we're going to inhale. Hands up overhead. And this time, we're going to be stepping the right foot forward. So grounding. And then stepping. Let's inhale, find length. And with the exhale, hands meet, coming into our twist over toward the right. Allowing the fingertips to fully engage, really pushing fingers into one another, allowing the heart space to open here. Gaze can follow over toward the right. Then with an inhale, the right arm starts to extend behind. Exhale the air out. And then another inhale and bring the torso up. Left arm comes out in front. Exhale, let right hand come to meet left. Let's inhale it up. And exhale. Bring it down. Let's flip the left toes and let the right foot come back to meet the left, coming into our plank. Start to engage the fingertips and push back into a downward facing dog. Holding here.
Finding the breath. Let's go ahead, take a breath in. And with an exhale, start to lower the knees down. Come onto the tops of the feet. So the tops of the feet are engaged into the mat. Torso still raised. We're going to start to sink the glutes a little bit back. As we inhale the right arm out to the side and thread it underneath the left. Coming onto the right shoulder. Checking in with where the thoughts are, what the quality of the thoughts are. And maybe noticing the space between each thought. Are you able to perceive a space between each thought, or are they in succession, one right after another? Really, the only wrong answer here is if you're telling yourself something there that isn't. So really being honest with ourselves about what we're noticing, what's there, not judging it, but noticing it. Just where we are right now in this moment. Take a breath in and start to release. Come into our counter stretch. I'm planting both hands down. We're going to sink back toward the glutes. And this time we're going to bring the legs. We're coming into hero's pose. So the heels are just outside of the glutes. So there's a little bit of distance between the knees. Maybe the butt comes in contact with the earth, maybe not, but we're not sitting on the heels. We're allowing the tush to kind of rest between them. It's a pretty intense stretch for the thighs. So if you do want to come up onto the heels, feel free to do that. And then let's bring hands to heart center. Allowing us time to reconnect with any intentions that may have been set. And if you're planning on any sort of new moon ritual or activity tomorrow night, just sealing in your mind what the intentions are that you're setting right now, and including those in whatever you do tomorrow. Let's take a breath in. And with an exhale, let everything release. Start to come forward nice and slow. And we're going to come onto our butts in the seat. Let's rock back and forth. You may want to take the hands and pull out the delicate way to say this, the flesh underneath the thigh meat. Like, what do you call it?
That helps us grind down a little more. I can't find a graceful way to say that, so. Let's bring the right foot out, kind of at an angle. The left foot is in toward the inner of the right thigh. Let's inhale the arms up. We're gonna float it down straight in front. Normally we go kind of off to the side, but let's take it front this time. Keeping the right foot engaged. You may notice the right hip wants to kind of raise up a little bit. If that's the case, maybe grounding more into the left hand, kind of pushing more into the fingertips, rooting the right hip back down into the earth. Take a breath in and raise the torso up, maybe half an inch. Exhale it out. Let's inhale another maybe half inch. Exhale it out. And let's inhale, come up all the way. Let's release the left leg. Let's roll the ankles out. I am a Rice Krispie treat today.
Yeah.
And before going to the other side, let's come into a seat and take a few seated cat-cows. Inhaling, pulling the heart forward. And exhaling, rounding at the spine, expansiveness in that back part of the heart. Inhaling, heart coming through, shining through the front. And exhaling, giving the dark side of the heart some love. And setting up on the left side, whenever you're ready. You may want to continue that a little longer if you'd like, but when you're ready, take the left leg out long, out to the side. Right foot comes into the inner thigh. You're going to inhale the arms up. And with an exhale, lower everything down. This time checking in with the left hip. So if it is wanting to raise up at all, grounding into the right fingertips and kind of pushing them back to ground the left hip back into the earth. Left toes are flexed. Then with an inhale, tint the fingers, come up about a half inch. Exhale the air out. Then inhale another half inch up. Exhale it out. And then inhale, Come all the way up. Let the right leg follow and come out to the side. With an inhale, the arms come up overhead. And with an exhale, turn navel toward right foot. We're going to lower it down, sink it down toward the right foot. Right hand comes down. We're going to open up the left arm, bringing left bicep right outside the left ear. Take a breath in, and with an exhale, we're going to bring it around to the side. Left arm plants down. We're going to flow this through. I like to do this in booty, except a lot faster. Taking it nice and slow. Really giving time for the sides to open up, to engage with the sensation of the space between the ribs, with the opening of the heart. And then when you're ready, let all of that settle, let all of that release. Start to bring the feet together. We want to come a little forward on the mat towards the front. Take a breath in, find some length in the spine. Exhale, allow everything to soften, shoulders. The next inhale, let's bring the arms straight out in front. And with an exhale, we're going to round at the spine. We're coming onto our backs. So use several breaths to get there. So once the air runs out, take another breath. And then continue on your descent. Feet start to raise. Whee! We come into a floating reclined butterfly. Maybe you want to bring the hands around the feet or the calves. Let's shake our hips side to side. Just kind of shaking our butt. And then use an exhale to bring the feet still together, but down to the mat, coming into a butterfly. Let the hands be open, facing the sky in a receptive posture. Capricorn is kind of like the male archetype of a stern, loving father. And we just came out of Cancer, I think, or something to do with Cancer, but that's more of the female archetype. So connecting with both of those archetypes within us, that feminine, that masculine. Having the hands open in a gesture of receiving, of openness. While also knowing that we've spent some time today, maybe with setting some intentions for involving like how much effort we put into everything. Maybe we're overworking, we're not. But all of kind of those masculine action type things. Using these times of silence, of stillness, to connect with your inner sense of wisdom, direction. Now we've been here for a while, so use the hands on the outside of the thighs and allow the arms to assist the knees with coming back up. Nice and slow. And then take some windshield wipers going left to right. And let the knees fall whichever direction they want to fall first. Let them go there. You want to bring the hands out to a T. Letting the gaze go in the opposite direction. And inhale the knees back up to center. Take another few windshield wipers before allowing them to drop over to the other side. Inhale back up to center. Take the knees in the opposite direction, windshield wiper. And inhale, knees into chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. And then come into your happy baby. In your practice. Let's take the peace fingers, interlock them around the big toes. Find a little bit of length in the knees, taking them out a little wider. Slowly start to find a bend back in the knees. Reaching for the outsides of the feet. Come back into your happy baby. Rock it side to side. And when you're ready, releasing the feet down. Take the right knee into chest. Find length in the left leg. And switch it out, left knee into chest. Find length in the right leg. And then send left leg out long. Rolling the ankles around and the wrists. Making our way gradually to Shavasana, taking any other shapes that you might need to take. When you're ready for Shavasana, turn the toes kind of toward the shins, flexing the foot. Take a breath in
And with an exhale, lower the heels down, release the foot, and let them just kind of drift apart.
To awaken the body. Starting with the toes or the fingers. Maybe shifting the hips left to right on the mat. Maybe rolling the head no. Starting to slowly make your way to a seat. That may mean rolling onto your favorite side and spending time there before making your way up, but doing so very slowly, every movement almost being premeditated. Once you're in a seat, exhale, chin down to chest. Inhale, right ear over toward the right shoulder, and take the neck all the way around to the left. And then switch directions. Returning the head back to neutral. If you'd like to bring hands to heart center or any other gesture that you'd like to end your practice, thank you for being here. The light in me honors and acknowledges the light in you, and happy new moon.